camera. All right, all right. Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, we here.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. What it do? What it don't? Oh, wait, where's my gameplay? There we go. What it do? What it don't? What it is and what it ain't? It's your boy, Don Otaku, aka Don Solo, aka Solo the Don, aka Solo D Swaggy, aka the Star something. Hold on. Star on. Oh no, that sucks. Anyways, you already know what it is. Stranger Than 7. Let's go. You already know what it is. Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast.
Starts in 15 minutes. Starts in 15.
Episode 1. No, we are not in the hundreds. That's PUBG. We're in 70.
I think we're still in the 70s. I can look it up.
75. 45. 47. 50. 30. 37. 38. You know where that's from.
I'm looking up what podcast number we're on. 80? Hold up.
Are we in the 80s?
Last week was 80.
Okay.
So this week's 81. Damn.
Moving quick.
Holy shit.
And of course, I'm here with the homie Subegels, aka Subeg, aka the Green Thumb, aka the Gaming Gardener, aka the Avatar, aka what you got for me today?
AKA Big Saros, bro. Big Saros. We outside, bro. We outside.
I and how you been, bro? What's been going on?
Oh, I'm good, man. Fuck. I'm starting to get used to the night shift. I'm not as sleepy anymore. Because I try to get some naps in before I go to work. So that's good. It's starting to just be like the routine, you know. I think I'm like 40-ish days in, and I think it's like 60 days to create a habit or a routine or something like that. So we're almost there. But I'm feeling good, man. I'm working. I'm still applying to jobs, man. I'm fucking trying to hustle out here, bro. I'm making it work. What about you?
No, same old, nothing too crazy. Just been
Yes, sir.
chilling, gaming. Went to go see Michael. It was great.
Michael
Michael Jackson
movie. Yeah. Okay. How was that?
It was pretty good. Jafar Jackson, who is Michael Jackson's nephew, did an amazing job. Like,
That's good.
he was 1-to-1. Like, he put in the work because his speech, singing, dancing, he was doing it all. Like, he was like Mike. Couldn't like at some point you couldn't even tell.
That's crazy, man.
But yeah, the movie was great. Hit all the early points of his career up until the 80s. But there is going to be a part 2 that goes into everything after, like his after career and everything. But started with like the Jackson 5, went into his like him going solo, and Joe Jackson, all the abuse from Joe Jackson and everything, and like it was great. Like I love their portrayal of him and like going into his love for animals and things like that, and how he never grew up with kids that were like kids of his own age that were his friends, and he basically used animals as his like friends because that was basically the only thing he was allowed to have that he could call a friend. It was great though. The music, like going into certain songs and the videos and the thought process, him breaking into MTV, all of that was pretty much touched on. There was like one thing that I nitpicked, because there was a storyline. I'm not gonna spoil it, but there was a certain song.
You're not gonna spoil the life of Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Or I guess not spoil that it's not in the movie, but there's a song that has like a really iconic story behind it, and they just like skipped over it. And I was like, bro, that would have I thought they would have put this storyline into the movie, but they just skipped over it. But other than that, it was the most black people I ever seen in Portland in one room.
That's nice.
That was fun. Everyone was singing. Everyone was dancing, clapping along. So yeah, it was a good time. Can't wait for part 2. But other than that, though, just been doing the same old. Got the review out for Vampire Crawlers and gave it a 9 out of 10. Amazing game.
It's staring at me, man. It's staring at me.
Now I have a shit ton of games that are gonna be next, and
are you reviewing Forza?
Oh no, I would never do that to myself.
Nah, why not?
Forza is definitely not a game that I would like play for extended periods at a time, and I know that's what it would require for me to review that game. I'm a drop in, drop out Forza guy. Actually, I feel like Forza Motorsport 2023, I was actually playing that for like 4 hours at a time. I was actually pretty hooked in it. But Forza Horizon, I'm like, I'll play for 30 minutes to an hour and then get my fix, jump out, and then boot it back up the next day.
Yes, man. It's all good. I know you got hella fucking games to review. I got hella shit to review too, bro.
But speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into the games we've been playing. Real quick edition. So
yeah,
I have a shit ton. Actually, you go first because I already know. I'm like, if I go, you might not get a turn. So go ahead.
It's all good. Yeah, I mean, I've been still playing Yote, but I got the 4th melee weapon, which is the Kusarigama or something like that. It's pretty much the ball and chain, and like you got like a little dagger. It's cool. It's actually really neat because the triangle button, you like whip out the chain, and then the square button is like the little dagger that's on it. So it's like you can really mix it up and stuff like that, and it's nice because it's really good at crowd control, which is good. But still having a fucking blast in that game. Love finding all the armors and just doing all the quests and stuff that pop up. They all give you a reward, which is nice. So I appreciate that. But yeah, that game is just so good. But the big game that I've been really playing is Saros, and I am gonna review this game. No, I didn't buy the early access. I just got the regular. But yeah, so I was there on launch.
Because I thought it come out next year, so you must have got early access.
That's hella funny. They did have a 2-day like early access period for this shit. Yeah, they did, which is crazy. Which it's crazy to see for a Sony game, honestly. But they're trying to get them too, man. They're trying to get every dollar they can. But the early access bundle came with like 4 extra like armor sets, which I don't have, and it kind of sucks because they're all kind of fire. But yeah, man, the game is so good. Like It improves on everything that I like had a gripe with in Returnal. Like the main thing that I really like about Seros over Returnal is no run feels wasted, you know? Like even if you die early or if you like die at the boss and you don't beat the boss or whatever, like you don't feel like you've wasted that time like playing in that run, you know? There's still things that like carry over with you versus in like Returnal it's like you can put like 2 hours into a run and it's like you might fucking die off of a little ass enemy and it's like fuck, you know? And you don't get nothing back from that. Like you lose that time. So it's like that's the thing that I love the most about Seros is like all the little things that they improved over Returnal. But it's just such a
What I've
good feeling
seen,
game.
they've gotten a lot of that Hades philosophy into
Yep,
this.
exactly. And that's funny because I was literally about to talk about Hades because I've been jumping back and forth between them two, you know. So it's like I'm kind of seeing where it's like how one like does it and like how one's kind of copying it a little bit because Returnal has none of that shit, you know. You don't talk to anyone in that game really. Like you're just kind of fighting and fighting and fighting. But
I actually like the isolation of Returnal. It literally reminds me of Metro Prime, like OG Metro
yeah,
Prime, where
yeah,
you're just isolated. You're going through. There is a story, but
yeah.
it's like it's
It
all
kind of
about
is
the
like Metroid Prime
notes.
in the sense where you like the doors even you like shoot them to
Yeah,
pop them open and shit. So it's like
it's
it's
definitely
very
Metroid
inspired by it.
inspired.
Yeah,
And it's all about just finding like the little your what is it called? Transcribing the language of the aliens and figuring out what the fuck
yeah, that
happened,
was the
and you're like
lore. Uh-huh.
getting the recordings from your past selves that died. I liked how they handled that.
Yeah, it was interesting, but I don't know. I like characters, you know. I like characters in games, and I think that's what I like about Hades is like you're constantly getting like interactions with people like as you play in the runs and stuff, you know. And you can give them gifts and like they give you like boons for the later runs and I think that's what Hades 2 improves over 1 where it's like if you keep on giving gifts to the people like if like the effects that they give you the positive effects that they give you like stack on each other and stuff
Hmm.
and like they don't like leave and that's nice, you know. But Seros doesn't so far it doesn't have too much of that. When you run into like new characters like in the second and third biome, they kind of just give you exposition and you kind of move on. But yeah, I'm loving it, man. It's so good, dude. Like um I got the I got the shotgun, I got the handgun, I got the assault rifle, and I got the grappling hook now. So I have 3 out of the 6 abilities that I can earn. But I'm just loving it, dude. It's just so fun. Like it's way more addicting to me than Returnal, where it's like in 2 hours I might have 3 or 4 runs that I've done. And whereas in 2 hours in Returnal, it's like I might still be stuck on that same run, you know? Or like an hour and a half in and it's like fuck, like this is a marathon, not even just a fucking sprint at this point. You're just trying to stay alive and shit. But yeah, no, I just like it. It's really good and it feels really good on the controller. And it just like Returnal, it uses the DualSense the best. Like
That's what's up.
no other game uses the DualSense like Housemark is doing. So a big shout out to them.
Astrobot is
Um
pretty up there, but
Astrobot's cool and Ghost cool too, but I think like tying the mechanics all together, you know, like in Astrobot, it's very like when you're in the spring thing, it feels like a spring, you know, and it's stuff like that where it's like nothing really ties into like the mechanics. They don't go deep into it, whereas like it really does, where it's like. And I'm using the controller in ways that I'm like not really. I don't really use controllers. Like I usually just use like the 2 fingers, but I'm literally using all 4 because like I need to. I need to press all the buttons on it. So I don't know. It's just fire, man. But yeah. Outside of Seros, I'm really not playing anything else new. Oh, actually, no, I am. MLB The Show. You popped it in the Discord. It was $20, so I was like, fuck it, man. $20 is that's cheap as hell. So I jumped in. And I mean, it's MLB. It feels just like how it did for me on the console, which is a good thing. I got my settings dialed in from what I remember it, because I think I use pinpoint pitching, and then I use zone. No, not zone. I forgot what it's called, but it's the one where you can pretty much move the cursor on the ball. It's not like the one where where it automatically like kind of picks it for you. But yeah, man, it plays like MLB. It's good. I honestly have no complaints other than it looks kind of like but I mean it's running at 60, so I can't complain, you know.
Need to switch to edition ASAP.
Oh, it does, bro. 1000%. But dude, I actually need to hit the bathroom real quick, bro, before before the Stranger Than Heaven
I'm about
starts.
to start the Stranger Than Heaven.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop it up too, but I need to hit the bathroom.
All right, go ahead.
Then
yeah, let me put this on the screen. We are actually gonna be reacting to the Stranger Than Heaven.
Are you on YouTube?
Event, yes.
All right, bet.
As
On Xbox channel?
Happening. Yep, Xbox channel. I'll put the link in the gaming news.
All right, okay, I'll be right back.
So yeah, this is the second Xbox presents Stranger Than Heaven. Let me put the sound on. It's about to come up. Let me put the sound on. Let me turn off this music. All right, guys, let's start this shit. Let's make sure we can hear. Hopefully it's not too loud, too quiet.
登場会。
Sound too loud.
それが俺たちの国だ。
登場会。ほいじゃあいよいよ兄貴組立ち上げるんじゃの。
やっちゃろうや。兄貴なら絶対にてっぺん取れますけ。
ありがとな。けど、そういうんじゃねえんだ。俺たちみてえなヤクザも帰る場所のない連中が生きていける。そんな場所があったらいいって思わねえか。
So it is Yakuza.
ねえだろ。
Just a different name.
だから作るんだ。
We got a reveal right off the bat.
俺たち自
All
身。
right, are we back?
Yeah, we got a reveal right off the back. A big reveal for Stranger Than Heaven. The main character, or one of the main characters, is Osho. And this is the origin story for the founding
That
of the
right
Osho
there?
clan.
That's the Japan you've been dreaming about.
Nope.
Bro, music's gonna be so good in this.
Stranger than heaven.
That is one thing that I've noticed. The music themes way to any Yakuza.
Just what are we trying so hard to protect? 歌を食い物にして、蒼天堀の帝王なんて言われて、それでできた居場所ってのも俺の欲しかったものなんでしょう。
Mute it.
What's your story? Just a poem for Yakuza. Some things never change.
So this is pretty much just the Yakuza game.
お願いいたします。Obsessing over one man's death. That's no way to live a life. I know, but I can't just live it alone. If I don't settle this, my life can't ever begin.
Stranger than heaven.
Nice to know you're not scared.
What's a man gotta do for a little peace and quiet?
Remember my promise.
いいじゃんたち変わってんな。
命の男じゃけ。
違う、なんか
怖い顔してますよ社長
I know.
弱気者やくさんした
That's probably who's doing the song. That is who's doing the song. Now that I think about it.
Bro, they're putting AAA budget into a Yakuza game, bro. Finally.
We could always just make our own. Our own country. It's the only choice we got.
Our only way forward is to make a place for ourselves. That settles it, Makoto. If this country won't accept us, we'll carve out our own right from underneath it.
Yeah, the animation's definitely. There's not fucking like 1,000 bills popping out of the enemies as you punch them and shit. Instead of blood.
Come on, join the fun. It's our homecoming after all.
So long, America! This is my home, and nothing's gonna change that!
The ending of this game is gonna be the beginning of Yakuza 1. No, I'm just kidding. Zero, imagine.
Stranger than heaven.
A special look.
Alright, come on, let's see. Nagoshi just pops out like, I'm back, everyone.
Exactly. Might as well bring your ass back.
They always have some real-time shit in Yakuza games too. Usually it's raunchy shit. Hello,
世界
game
中の
fans.
ゲームファンの皆様、そして XBOX ファンの皆様、こ
Oh,
んにちは
not。this guy.
セガ RGG スタジオ代表、本作ストレンジャーズ・ヘブンのエグゼクティブディレクターを務め
The
ます。
savior
横
of
山
your
正義
parents'
です。
less
このプログラムでは RGG スタジオが開発中の最新
I
作、
troll, but
ス
I
トレン
like
ジャーズ・ヘブンのゲームの全貌、ストーリーやキャラクター、舞台となる街や時代、
He's like
そ
wannabe
こで
Kojima
繰り
a
広
little
げられる
bit.
遊びの数々、そしてコンバットシステムについてもご紹介いたします。
Kojima.
最後まで目の離せない内容となっておりますので、どうかお付き合いのほどお願いいたします。
Nah, this guy fucked Yakuza 3 up though. You know he took out like literally
物語
like
は
more than half of
1915
the
年、
side quests in the game.
一人の少年がアメリカから逃げ出すため、サンフランシスコの港町で偶然見つけた怪しげな船に忍び込むところから始まります。少年の名前は大東誠。
Oh, he has an
当時としては珍しいアメリカ人の父と日本人の母親の間に生まれた混血の少年でした。貿易商を営む父の影響で世界各地を転々とする中、最後に父の母国でもあるアメリカへと移り住んだ大東一家。しかしその直後、父親が急逝してしまいます。英語もそれほど達者ではない。そして当時としては目立つアジア系の外見を持つ母と子。父という後ろ盾を失った後、言われなき迫害を受けるようになってしまいます。その後、精神的疲労から体調を崩していた母親も亡くなり、天涯孤独の身となってしまった誠は、ある決意をします。母親の故郷でもあり、自身と見た目も近しい人間がたくさんいるはずの日本に渡ろうと。持つものも持たず、身一つで船へと乗り込んだ誠。ですが彼が乗った船は、裏の世界では名の通った超大物が乗る船なのでした。
Rise and shine, you two.
Bruh, that is
密
Snoop
輸商
Dogg.
人オルフェウ
Yeah,
ス。
they said
彼
it.
との運命的とも言える出会いが誠の生涯を大きく動かすことになります。
I play Orpheus, an international smuggler.
who only has one rule: taking what's meant to be where it's meant to be. If you want it, I can get it for you.
Okay.
See this fella
We got
here?
Snoop Dogg voice acting in a fucking Yakuza game?
It's his job to
Kinda
keep
lit.
troublemakers like you out. Thanks
Been a
to
while
you,
since we had Snoop in a game.
we had to remind you. Feel me?
And I play a character connected to Makoto, you, and Orpheus. But I can't get into too many details, so let me tell you about
Bro, why does
Orpheus.
it sound like
See,
he
Orpheus,
literally
he a
reading off
one-stop
the
shop
teleprompter?
for any and all contraband that his underworld connects may require. I'm talking weapons, ammunition, gold, silver, green, white, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, even state secrets. He always delivers. The name Orpheus, that's just a nickname, nothing more. He's a dangerous globetrotter, and that's all anyone knows about him for sure.
Yeah, Makoto and you, those little punks were just the same in the beginning, until the moment they spat out those last words, when their asses were going to be left for good in the middle of the Pacific.
Want to tell me why you're here?
I want to go to Japan.
We got nowhere left in this world. That's why we heading to Japan.
Take a good
Such
look.
an interesting way to show off a game.
That right there, that's the Japan you've been dreaming about.
Like, it's a documentary.
See,
while also
Orpheus
showing us
realizes
the
in that
fucking, like,
moment that maybe what
gameplay.
he's destined to deliver
for the cutscenes.
are the lives of these two boys.
Getting there is one thing, but how will these kids survive in this place? Stranger than heaven.
Wait.
Maybe
Okay.
even that cold-blooded
Or-
dealer
let
felt
me
a spark
make
of
sure.
curiosity.
Taking advantage of the fact that he speaks Japanese, Orpheus brings Makoto on as his sidekick, his wingman. Through countless jobs and deals, Makoto learns the tricks of the trade on how to stay spooned and groomed, dipped and whipped, zooted and booted, booted and looted. I ain't gonna go
that's
too
what
more.
okay,
But
that
the
is
harsh
Snoop
edge of the
Dogg's
business
son.
and how adults blow off steam, if you know what I mean. Now that's when Orpheus discovered the kid has a talent that nobody's seen coming.
Him.
That's
Snoop Dogg's
singing.
son.
His skills still had a
Damn.
long way to go, but that passion in him, nobody could ever match that.
Music is the great equalizer. It transcends barriers, captivates and unites people. Makoto was always an outsider wherever he went. And finally, he found a place he could call home, where he belongs, where he's treated equal.
A legendary smuggler shrouded in mystery, and a boy with nowhere to go. Their meeting and their parting sets this strange story in motion.
But this is only the prologue to a much bigger story. One that begins within their meeting in 1915 and unravels through 50 years of Makoto's relentless, unforgiving fight to survive.
Things the era wouldn't allow. Things society wouldn't forgive.
A sweeping saga of men drawn together across time by the strange twists of fate.
It's the story of men who fought, clawed, and struggled to carve out a place for themselves in a Japan undergoing violent change. So keep your eyes on the characters we bring to life, on
like
the
RDC
choices they
makes
make,
really good character
and the
models.
paths they walk.
Japan's pretty slick, ain't it? Welcome to Japan, fellas.
居場所のない少年と居場所を持たない男の出会い。それは少年大東誠にとってこの日本という場所でどうやって生きていくのかを決めるきっかけとなるのです。そしてもう一人、この男との出会いが誠の人生の行く末を大きく決めることとなります。それが生涯の友でありライバルでもある少し年上の青年、新庄優です。
Still fucking 15 more minutes of this.
A man of mixed Western and Japanese heritage, Yu has grown up in a world that doesn't quite know where to place him, not unlike Makoto. Yu first meets Makoto on Orpheus' ship, where they're nearly thrown overboard. And from that moment on, their lives are intertwined. Makoto is impulsive and brash.
Hopefully they
Yu,
bring
on the
in-
other hand, is a realist, sharper, and more calculating than most.
What is it?
Always thinking several steps ahead.
Damn,
Upon
I can't
reaching
remember his
Kokura,
name. I fucking
Yu
with the
and
joke.
Makoto make a daring escape from Orpheus' ship.
Looks like this is where we part ways. Yeah, good luck out there, Makoto. You too. See you on the other side. Till then.
While Makoto faces extreme hardship adapting to a new language and culture, Yu adapts
hopefully they
rather
bring
quickly
Young Ye
and even
as a
finds
voice
work,
actor.
becoming
Oh,
quite
hell
confident
no.
as a Westerner in Japan.
I see you got a new getup. You're working here now?
I am. And I see that you're exactly the same. Still just another no-name loser. But Yu's heart hides a major weakness. He simply can't leave his fatal friend, Makoto, behind. Through all the persecution, Makoto wants more than anything to carve out a place of his own in Japan. Yu, however, as a man of great ambition, seeks something more. He doesn't want to just survive in Japan. He wants to reshape it. If the world won't make room for him, he will build a new one. These ideas soon clash, and our stowaways decide to walk separate paths. But fate, of course, has other plans. A unique opportunity presents itself years later and reunites them as partners in show business. Adapting the famed Yashima name from their Kokura days, Makoto and Yu then enter a chaotic and unpredictable new chapter in Minami as Osaka's latest and greatest showman. Here, Makoto, with years of Yakuza experience from his time in Hiroshima, becomes a true force to be reckoned with as he tangles with Osaka's many crime syndicates and even the Italian mafia. Naturally, with Makoto as the brawn, that leaves Yu to play the brains. Using his wit and intellect, Yu navigates the world of underground entertainment, leading to a face-off with the Japanese government. Makoto Daito and Yu Shinjo. One path, two different strides. And that's only the beginning. 30 years after meeting at sea, the world is changing around them, giving way to even greater tragedy. From here, the story has toward a conclusion almost no one could predict, but that's only part of it. This is far more than a story about crime or ambition. It's a story of identity, belonging,
he's doing a better job
history,
at not sounding like he's
a story of friendship, of lives, of wills, determined not only to spin the wheel of fate,
like he
but
is,
to shatter it.
but
Rags to riches. It's a tale as old as time, and more fitting than ever. It is my hope you will experience this remarkable tale for yourself.
本作「ストレンジャー・ザン・ヘブン」は主人公である大東誠、そしてその生涯の友でもある新庄優、この2人の50年間にわたる生涯を描いた作品となります。ここで舞台となる街についても紹介させていただきます。まず始まりの街、1915年福岡小倉。オルフェウスの密輸船の目的地でもある日本西部の一大工業地帯でもあったこの街がストレンジャー・ザン・ヘブン最初の舞台となります。まだ日本に近代的な娯楽が存在しない中、職を求め全国から集まった労働者たちによってにぎわう活気ある街並みが特徴です。飲む、打つ、買う、すべての遊びが詰まっています。
I'm pretty sure there's two different cities you can go to in Like a Dragon.
次の舞台は1929年の広島呉。造船を中心とした重工業の街であると同時に、さまざまな国の社交場としても機能した異色の街並みが特徴です。映画などの娯楽も浸透し、日本文化の近代化の訪れが感じられる一方、日本有数の極道組織に牛耳られた背景を持つ街となります。地下水路や高台など高低差のある迷路のような地形も冒険に奥行きを与えます。そして1943年、今も日本有数の歓楽街として知られる大阪の南へと舞台を移します。緊迫する世界情勢の中、海外の文化が深く入り込んだ日本の裏が描かれます。表向きには日本を称えつつ、裏で異国の文化を楽しむ人々、そしてそれを裏で操ろうとするヤクザやマフィアたち。過去の舞台とは様変わりした新しい遊びの数々を体験することが可能です。
I hope they end off with a
その後舞
date,
台は
though.
1951年、日本有数の観光地でもある静岡熱海。
I hope so, bro. Damn, there's only 7,000 people watching this?
そして1965年の東京新宿神室町へと物語の進行に伴って移っていくことになるのですが、そこには大きなストーリー上の秘密がありますので、また別の機会に遊びの要素などをお伝えできればと思います。
After Orpheus recognizes his talent for music, Makoto discovers that he has a keen ability to find the music in everyday life and can memorize sounds as ideas for future compositions. Makoto can take note of many different sounds from across town, whether that's the hustle and bustle of the streets,
Hey.
a call from a wild animal, or
No
even
way.
the sound
It's
of
kind of
his
like the
enemies
Crimson Desert when you're like
mid-combat.
learning shit as you're doing it.
New ideas can come from just about anywhere.
Alright, what do you do with the music?
These sounds will also vary depending on the era, location, and time of the day. At night, Makoto might listen in on a neighbor's snoring, the call of hungry crows flocking to freshly scattered crumbs, or distant howls echoing from afar. The list goes on. By collaborating with various composers he will encounter, Makoto can combine and arrange these sounds
Yo,
he
this
has
is
gathered
actually
to help create
fire.
original compositions.
No way. Goatee?
At first, Makoto
This
gives
might be
singing
a
a try
goatee
for
caliber
himself.
game, bro.
So, you sing or no?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Then you might try making some money with it.
What?
However, he later finds his true calling as a showman, producing and managing gigs and performances for other artists.
Find a singer with talent
They got the
and
management
do
game
all
up
you
in there
can
too.
to make them a star. They call that a showman.
As a
this is where
showman,
their- this is where
Makoto
their
will
budget
decide the
went. Their
structure
budget
of
didn't
each
go to
show,
Yakuza 3, bruh. Yakuza 3 remake. Their budget went to this shit.
handle the promotion, and finally, stage the thing itself, earning more and more money with each success. Another key element of being a showman is scouting those with a gift for music. By gathering info from around town, Makoto can find new singers and musicians to take part in his productions. As the story progresses, Makoto will grow close to a wide range of individuals, each possessing unique and remarkable abilities. Still, among all this new talent in Makoto's life as a showman, the most impactful are undoubtedly the singers. Some who you may know already.
Imagine they got the weekend up in this bitch.
たかしは主人公の大東と呉の極道組織で出会います。
じゃあ確かに
またいつでも貸してやるで。組織内では赤鬼の異名で恐れられていた大東のアシスタント的なポジションで、大東のことを慕う弟分のような役柄です。とある事情から広島最強とも言われる岩木組の一員となった大東の舎弟として常日頃行動を共にするようになるのですが、そんな高志の隠していた趣味が歌とピアノでした。ヤクザとしてはあまり役に立たない趣味ですし、高志はそのことを必死に隠しているんですが、ある日大東にその趣味を知られてしまいます。
なんじゃピアノうるせえぞ。
誰が言うた？あ？
二つ殴れば十分じゃろ。
あ？兄貴。大東はこいつに歌わせて一儲けしてやろうと興行を思いついて、これをきっかけに大東の興行師としての活動が本格化していき、後の八島興行や そのまた後の登場会という組織にもつながってくるストーリー的にも大きなエピソードの一つとなります。大東の兄貴はどんな歌を作るのか、そしてユーザーの皆様はその歌をどう作り変えていくのか、そして僕はどうやってその歌を歌ってどうストーリーに関わっていくのか。今作にはたかし以外にも重要なシンガーたちが存在するのですが、この方の役柄も非常に重要となります。
You will meet Suzy when Makoto and you travel to the seaside city of Atami in 1951. 1951 is a moment of great change in Japan, a time when American influence has flooded in, creating new trends in language, music, and fashion. This collision of East and West results in a unique era that exudes both optimism and melancholy. Atami is one of Japan's most notable tourist destinations. My character Suzy intends to sing on the largest stage in that city. There, the course of her life is permanently altered when she meets Makoto and you. So, what'd you think?
Brilliant.
Stranger Than Heaven brings players inside Japan's show business world at this pivotal moment in the country's history. And unsurprisingly, showbiz's customs and culture turn out to be just as cutthroat as the underworld's. As a singer, working on this project and portraying this character was an absolute honor, and unlike anything else I've done before. In addition to my voice acting, I worked with Satoshi-san, who plays Takashi, on crafting the theme song for the game. I love being able to combine acting and singing in a single project, and I am so thrilled for players to experience what we've cooked up.
Animated movie.
I don't remember those, but I know those like Disney original movies. Like Camp Rock and shit.
Yeah, no, this was I don't think it was Universal.
これまで紹介したように、ストレンジャーザンヘブンは5つの時代、5つの舞台、そして50年間にわたる男たちの生涯を描いた作品であること。さらに歌というものを中心とした様々なゲーム体験がある非常にユニークな内容になっているということをお伝えしてきましたが、それだけではありません。主人公である大東誠の真骨頂は、どんな相手にも屈しない精神力と腕っぷしの強さにあります。ここからはストレンジャーザンヘブンもう一つのユニークポイントとも言うべきコンバットシステムについて解説していきます。
Shadow drop? No, I'm just kidding. Imagine if they do that. It's out right now.
本作の最大の特徴ともいえるコンバットシステムについてご紹介いたします。本作のコンバットシステム最大の特徴は、プレイヤーキャラクターである大東の左半身と右半身の操作をそれぞれ独立した操作で行うというものです。コントローラーの RB、RT を入力すると右手や右足といった右半身、LB、LT を入力すると左手や左足など左半身を使っての攻撃を繰り出すことができます。大東はこれらの入力に反応してビビッドにアクションを繰り出し、かつてないレベルで意のままに操っている感覚を提供します。攻撃の方法はタップしての連続攻撃だけではなく、入力し続けることでパワーを込め、離すことでより強烈な攻撃を繰り出すことも可能です。これを利用してタイミングよく攻撃を繰り出すことが上手なプレーの一つとなります。例えばこのように走り寄ってきた敵に絶妙なタイミングでパワーを込めた攻撃を叩き込むことや、連続したタップ入力でジャブを連発した後にパワーを込めた強い攻撃を繰り出したりすることも自由自在です。他にも敵の攻撃を片方の手で防ぎ即座に反撃するなど、相手のアクションを見極め決定的な攻撃の瞬間をプレイヤー自らがデザインできることが本作の醍醐味と言えるでしょう。左右を操って激しい打撃戦を仕掛ける以外にも LT と RT を同時に引くことでタックルを繰り出して攻撃することができます。タックルの勢いのままマウントを取って攻撃といった状況でもリアルに左右の手を使ってアクションしているかのような感覚を味わうことができます。本作のもう一つのコンバットシステムの大きな特徴に武器の存在があります。大東は素手での戦闘のみならず包丁、ハンマー、刀と様々な武器との出会いがあり、これらを手にして戦い抜きます。本編の壮大な物語の多くの局面ではこれらをいつ装備し どう戦っていくかが生き残っていくための鍵となっていきます。大東がその人生を歩んでいく中でより強力な武器を手にすることもあるでしょう。古くからの技物や新たな製法で生まれた品など様々です。新たに手に入る素材を武器に注ぎ込むことで殺傷能力の向上や追加性能の解放も可能です。積極的に武器の入手とアップグレードを行うことで生き残るための手段が増えていきます。ストレンジャーズ・ヘブンではこうした基本的なアクションに加えて高速移動する車中でのバトルや敵を一瞬で倒すことができる大技、特定のシチュエーションで繰り出せる必殺のアクションなど多種多様なコンバットシステムを体験していただけます。
Even this presentation style that they're doing is just fucking stylish as fun.
最初にこの作品のオファーを横山代表からいただいた時、自分の半生が重なるような強い衝撃を受けた記憶があります。僕自身、日本人の父とスペイン人の母を持ち、環境や時代こそ違えど大東誠と近しいような経験やそれこそ苦しい思いをしたことがあります。そんな中でも必死に言葉の壁を越えられるように努力して自分の居場所、自分の夢を追いかけ、壁を乗り越えることで俳優としてのキャリアを積み重ねてきました。本作の大東誠は決して善人ではありません。また登場してくる他のキャラクターたちも全員癖のある人間ばかりです。でも全員に共通しているのは成し遂げたい夢がある、そしてそのために必死に生きているということです。人は夢があるからこそ頑張れます。どんなに苦しいことがあっても最後まで必死にもがき続けていきます。そんな人間の生きるということへの強い執着と情熱がこの作品の魅力だと思っています。私も今本作の収録で非常に難易度の高いお芝居に日々挑戦しているところなのですが、この世界の中で生きているキャラクターたちの熱量に負けないよう、自分が培ってきた技術と経験と情熱でこの作品を完成に導けるよう精一杯頑張ります。
今回はストレンジャーズ・ヘブンについてストーリーとゲーム概要を中心にご紹介いたしました。そう遠くないうちにより詳細なゲーム内容やテクニカルな部分についてもご紹介できると思います。続報にもご期待ください。そして最後に重要なお知らせです。本作ストレンジャーズ・ヘブンはこの冬に発売となります。また Xbox ゲームパスで発売日からプレイしていただくことが可能となります。現在 RGG スタジオでは完成に向けて総力を挙げて制作に取り組んでいます。我々のスタジオにしか作り出せない攻めたストーリーテリングとゲームシステム、あなたも天国よりも奇妙な世界で思いっきり暴れてみませんか。横山でした。
I actually thought it was gonna be sooner than winter. There's no release date. Might even slip into 2027 because winter could just be January, February. This shit looks so polished. Now I'll give it time to get that Switch 2 edition. Let's fucking. Alright. That was Stranger Than Heaven. The first look. How we feeling? What's the vibes? Where were we at? Where were we at? And now where are we? Alright, let me switch the sound back.
Where was I at with Stranger Than Heaven? I was already thinking it was gonna be peak, but I was already back on that RGG train. But this shit looks great, man. I'm there. I love the sound stuff that you can capture the sound of like everything and make it into a song. They brought the management sim back in like a special way, like kind of like tying it all together. Yeah, man, this shit's fire. I already know it's gonna be a top 5 game.
Top 5 dead or alive?
Top five for the year at least, for sure. Whatever year it drops in, that's gonna be in my top 5.
Whatever year it drops, it's all right. I was definitely. I've always been hyped for this, even though I've never really liked the standard Yakuza experience. It was. I always liked the characters, the storytelling, I like everything else about the RGG game, just not the combat. Until they went turn-based. And then Like a Dragon ended up being the only Yakuza game that I actually beat. So once I saw how good the combat looked in that first trailer, I was like, oh, hold on. Might be the one. And now, yeah, bro, this is the one. This is the one. This game is shaping up to be RGG's best, undoubtedly. Like, if they nail all of these, because one, this is clearly the most ambitious game that they have ever done. Like, crazy ambition from the 5 different timelines and $49.99, by the way. Not straight into heaven, but the game that we're gonna talk about later.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get into it. We talking about straight into heaven right now. I'm gonna get into that later, okay? Before I start my rant. But yeah, the different timelines in different cities, different characters that they're following, and how all of this is gonna play out in the end, and somehow tying into the origin of the Tojo clan from Yakuza. Yeah, bro, this might be one of the best. I agree with you. Whatever year this come out, it's gonna be, if not top 5, very close to the top 5. Like, it'd have to be some crazy releases to be able to top this one.
I love the ambition, bro. I like seeing ambitious, like, mechanically deep games, bro. That's what I like. That's sort of tying back into Seros. That's what I like about Seros. It's so, like, mechanically deep, you know? Like, same thing. It's like you're using all the buttons. Even with the Stranger Than Heaven, like, you're using all the shoulder buttons and the triggers for combos and all that shit. Like yeah, like, utilize all the buttons on the controller. Like, that's how we're gonna get more mechanically deep games. But yeah, no, that shit looks so peak, bro.
Yeah, but I love how diverse the cast is too. Having Snoop and Cordell in here as characters, and having the American, half Japanese angle, and how like the experiences Makoto went through because of that, and then him fleeing to Japan, and then like seeing Hiroshima before 1943. Can't remember honestly, but you know what
Probably
I mean.
one of those years in the 1940s, I think.
Yeah, seeing Hiroshima before then, like, because when you think of, like, I don't think I've ever experienced Hiroshima post or pre the bombing, which is crazy to think about. So, like, that's gonna be, there's a lot of historical elements in this game that actually has me excited. But everything about this game has me excited from what they showed. The story, the characters, the music, the gameplay, like the slice of life elements, the management of the club. Is it like, it got some Sinners vibes to it too, like with the opening up the club and getting the talent, promoting everything, bro. This shit is speaking to me on all levels. The music element really, like, upped everything for me, because be like the fact that you're actually producing and like finding talents and recording them and doing all of this, that shit has me so excited because I never thought of that in a video game. Like making that work in an action game is gonna be really cool to see. But I was already hyped, but my hype levels have gone higher.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my most anticipated games of the year now.
Fuck yeah.
If it comes out this year, of course.
They're praying, bro. They're praying something don't hit. If it hits, then it's probably a next year game.
And with Game Pass, it's a day one, no matter what.
Yes, sir.
But anything else you wanted to talk about with Stranger to Heaven before we get back to the show?
The only other thing I have to say is if a Yakuza game after this doesn't have this same budget, it's gonna be a disappointment.
Yeah.
Like if whatever I think they're like Infinite Wealth was 9, right? Because Like a Dragon was 8, or
Yep.
no, I think Infinite Wealth was 8.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, Infinite Wealth is 8.
So if the Yakuza 9, if that shit ain't fucking absolutely like the best Yakuza game like this, bro, that's gonna be so disappointing. But yeah, that's it.
All right. And only last thing I'll say, Nagoshi left, and then Go Toyama came through, and this is what we get. You know what I mean? Go Toyama might be, maybe Nagoshi was the problem the whole time.
Ooh, nah, bro,
because Gang of Dragon just looked like Yakuza with extra steps.
Yakuza with guns.
He left RGG to go make Yakuza with guns and cars, and it was animated like Yakuza. The combat looked like Yakuza, and then Go to Yama.
It kind of looked jank. It looked kind of jank. Not gonna lie.
Go to Yama said
Go
we
to
need
Yama.
to evolve from what we've been doing.
Yokoyama-san.
First he introduced the turn base, and then he said, "Nah, we can go further. Let's evolve the action combat too." You know what I mean? Go to Yama.
He said, "Fuck those old ass characters. Give me some new characters."
And it's still
maybe that's what it is.
It's still introducing one of the old characters in a new light, I guess.
No, the Tojo clan's huge in Yakuza. That's the main clan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All the other clans are like subsidiaries from the Tojo clan.
So yeah.
Peak, bro.
I'm glad that it's not seemingly like super focused on just being a Yakuza spinoff, and it's actually trying to be something unique that just happens to be tied into the history of Yakuza.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm super excited for this. I think it's gonna be a goatee.
Let's go, man.
All right. Well, with that, let's get into. Well, I guess I never finished what
you're playing.
So as for what I've been playing, let's get into this gameplay. All right. Starting with some new hotness that I was not expecting to be playing, and it just randomly popped up on my timeline one day. I was like, okay, let me see what this is about. So I downloaded a free-to-play gacha action RPG, Genshin Slop. I downloaded the new hotness in the Genshin Slop genre, the Hoyo Slop genre, and it's called Neverness to Everness. Have you heard of this one?
No.
Okay.
Neverness to Everness?
Neverness to Everness.
That sounds stupid, bruh.
So I don't know what compelled me, to download this, but yeah, I saw it on my timeline and I was like, you know what? Let me give this one a shot. And the reason was it had Ananta energy, but like it's the last gen version of Ananta, and like this is GTA 5 Ananta, and Ananta is like GTA 7.
Six.
So
Oh, I'm seeing it. Oh, interesting. It kind of does look like Ananta.
So it's in an urban city, urban environment, open world. You can climb all of the buildings. You can drive, and I was like, okay, let me see what's up with this. So right off the bat, character with amnesia has powers, saves the day, doesn't know how he got the powers, doesn't know why he's fighting. Same bullshit as always. But I'm definitely not checked into the story so far. I'm really not caring about whatever the fuck is going on in the story. But gameplay is standard Zenless Zone Zero style combat. Tap X to do combos, dodge at the right time, and then you'll pull off a counter attack. You have your special attack with RT that can chain into other characters' special attacks if you switch at the right time, and then you have like your ultimate ability with Y. So nothing too crazy, but it is flashy, it looks good, and it feels good. Hitting the dodge at the right time feels really good. So it doesn't have the depth of like a real character action game, but it's flashy enough, and since you're like switching between characters all the time, it doesn't feel as repetitive because you're not just playing as the same character. And then like basically your combos is switching the character at the right time to chain combos together. So it has some interesting points to it. But I was expecting this like to literally play this shit like I play Zenless Zone Zero. Play it for one day and never touch it again. But this game actually might got me, bro. It might got me.
It gotcha.
Yeah, literally it gotcha. Cause the one thing that this is doing right for me compared to like Zenless Zone Zero is the open world aspect of it is actually pretty fun. It does feel like a well-designed open world game first. It has some not really prototype because you're not running up the walls, but you're climbing up buildings and you're climbing up the walls and you're jumping off the buildings and you're gliding to your destination and shit. And there's objectives that you'll just find. They're not side quests or anything like that. They're just things that you find while you're exploring the world. And it'll be so basically like the story is that there are these anomalies that pop up and you're a team that stops these anomalies. But anomalies have just become like a everyday thing for society. And it can be something small like, oh, an anomaly popped up and like this inside of this vending machine, and if you get near it, you get sucked into, I don't know if you ever watched like Jujutsu Kaisen, but it's like a domain expansion. And it kind of has Persona energy where you'll get sucked into the, what were they called in Persona 5? Not a kingdom.
Mementos?
Yeah, like the mementos. It has that energy. I forgot what they call, like, everyone has their own, like the evil people, they have their own, not a kingdom, but something like that. But it's basically like that where these anomalies will appear, and it comes from negative energy. So sometimes it'll be like a painting that someone painted and they put their heart into, but no one, everyone ignored the painting. No one ever loved this painting. No one ever looked at it and complimented it. And then the painting like became an anomaly. And when you get sucked in, you get like transported into this like art world. But like that's where the elements I really love about this game is the level designs and like the fact that the smallest quests will have these crazy level designs that are like actual peak, like Persona level, level designs for a side quest that lasts like 10 minutes. I'm like, bro, they really put a lot of effort into the art design and the character designs and the world design. I'm like, I wasn't expecting this from the next fucking Hoyo slot, but that was what really drew me in and kept me playing it, is that I would just find
these random quests. MiHoYo?
No, this is not Hoyoverse. This is a different studio that I do not actually know the name of. Let me actually check real quick.
NTE Hora Studio. This is on UE5, of course.
So, but the level designs are really cool. Like there was like the school that I got transported into, and then you just see like all the fucking bookshelf, like the bookcases, they're like opening up into doors, and then there's like, it has some control energy too, because you'll just see like how everything starts to distort, everything turn black and red, and like chairs and desks are just flying, like floating in the air around you and shit.
Yeah.
So I love those parts, but these are like just random side activities that just pop up throughout the open world. Then you get into the actual main quest, and it goes like they do that times 10 in the main quest. But yeah, I'm enjoying this game. The combat is fun enough. The open world is really cool to just explore and find shit. There's actually like really good reactions with the NPCs. Like if you bump into certain NPCs, they'll like get pissed at you. If you jump on people's cars, they'll like yell at you while they're driving. And if you stand on their car for too long, they'll actually get out and like be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, get the fuck out of my car so I can keep driving." They put a lot of attention to detail in this game, which I was not expecting for this type of game. So, Neverness to Everness is looking like my placeholder until Ananta comes out.
Sure. This actually looks pretty good. Is it on Steam?
No, it's its own or its own client
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Interesting. I've been switching between playing it on PC and playing it on mobile.
Yeah.
And been playing with
Not bad.
with my 8-bit DOE mobile controller and it actually fills the whole screen.
Nice. That's good.
When I open up my fold.
Hey, that's what's up.
So I get to play with the fact that I can play it with the actual aspect ratio for the fold. It looks gorgeous on there, and it plays smooth 60 FPS.
Nice.
I've been playing that way like when I'm working, because it's not on Switch, which they need to get that game on the Switch too. But that's my alternative since there's no portable version.
Yeah.
And
you might as well.
Yeah, it's been running great, and the fact that it takes advantage of the full screen of the Fold 7 is perfect. So yeah, I've been playing that, a game that I was not really looking for, even though I already had too many games, and now I have another game that I have to juggle my time between. But a game that I am reviewing, shout out to Skybound Games and Quarter Up for providing a code. But I'm playing Invincible Versus for review.
Oh wow. Hey, that's what's up.
Technically, I was supposed to have the review out before the game release, but we had some technical difficulties with the code. So the code did not actually become playable until the game actually launched.
Damn.
But it is what it is. I'm playing it now, and I'm gonna be getting my review out most likely sometime this week. But from my impression so far, it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And
I heard the story is really short in that game.
yes, story is short. If you're playing it only for the story, definitely would not recommend. But for fighting game fans, or even just like, you don't have to be the most advanced fighting game fan, this game kind of has enough going for it where a veteran fighting game player can find a lot of good things. But also, if you are a newcomer, this is a perfect fighting game to get into. Or
I don't know, bro. I think Avatar and Tokon are gonna mog a little bit, to be honest.
I mean,
A little bit. I think they're gonna both be better.
We'll see. Maybe in terms of production value, because I feel like this one is the least budget out of the three. But as far as the fighting mechanics goes, this game is definitely a better tag fighter than Marvel Tokon.
I don't know, bro. I think Tokon and Avatar is gonna mog, bro. Both of them.
Avatar, I feel like, is the best one out of the three, just from what I've seen. But Invincible has something going for it that the other ones don't. And that is that it's probably the most beginner-friendly fighting game that I've played in a while, without actually feeling like not deep, without feeling shallow.
Okay.
So they have some of those elements that you'll find in like Dragon Ball Fighters, where you can just tap X 5 times and you'll do a combo that leads into a special. And if you are the guy who doesn't really want to learn how to do everything, but you want the game to look flashy and feel like you're actually doing something, they have that for you. But obviously you're not gonna get far against anyone who really knows what they're doing if that's the only thing that you know.
Yeah.
But if you're just trying to get through the story or anything like that, it's enough.
Okay.
So they have that going for it, but it's not only that. There's no like Hadoken, Shoryuken kind of button prompts that you have to do. You're not doing quarter circles. You're not doing the Z shuffles. It's just back A, down A, forward A, up A. That's everybody's special moves. All 4 of the special moves is just that. And then if you hold RT, you can do the advanced versions of those same moves. So you hold RT and do back A, you'll do an advanced version of that move, and then so forth. But the reason that this game speaks to me more than any fighting game that I've played in a long time is that they have mixed the mechanics of 2 of my favorite fighting games, and that is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Killer Instinct 2013. And somehow they made it work, and it works really well together. So obviously they have the 3v3 tag elements that made Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom series so good, and a lot of like tag fighters have basically kind of picked up that element ever since, like Dragon Ball Fighters and Marvel Tokon is 4v4, but it has some of those inspirations. But This one is like probably the closest to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 that I've played, and that is a game that I've put like 1,000 hours into. Probably the most I've played any fighting game in my life. And they have all of the elements that made that game great, which is that it's so easy to pick up a new character because most of the characters have the same combo structure. And what I mean by that is that if you play with a character, this is going to be your base combo for almost every character. XYBA, XYBA down B, XYBA XX to basically do your special after that. Like it's simple because no matter who you pick up, it's like, you know, a pretty substantial combo that isn't just the spam X combo. Like you'll actually be able to do air combos and all of that while chaining all of this together. But then they have the tag element to extend these combos even further. So whenever you pull off a special, you can just do you can switch your character midair, and then they'll come out, and then it'll like decrease the combo bar so that you can keep on going. But then they have the combo breaker / counter breaker from Killer Instinct. So you have that, oh shit, I'm getting my ass whooped. He's about to do a dirty combo on me. Let me go ahead and press LT and RT at the same time, and I can combo breaker to stop him. Yeah. Now, in this regard, Killer Instinct had that paper rock scissor element with the combo breaker, where you were able to counter breaker to stop the combo breaker if you knew what kind of combo breaker he was doing. Was it a high, was it a medium, or was it a low? But in this game, they don't have the counter breaker, so you don't have, like, if you want to stop that combo, you can, but it's gonna take up your whole bar, so you can't do it all the time. And then there's the, what is it called? So when you're switching characters, this is where the paper rock scissors element comes in. Whenever you finish your combo with one character, and then you're going to switch so that you can continue the combo, you can, like, if you're the receiver, you can stop them from switching characters, and then that'll basically like stop the combo from continuing, and you can break it there, and you don't need to, like, it doesn't use any of your bars, so you can do that every single time. But you have to time it perfectly, because when they come out, they're gonna hit you, and you have to press it as they hit you to stop the combo from succeeding. Now, where it gets tricky with the paper rock scissors is that the character that's coming in, they can feint. They can literally feint you so that you mess up the timing, and then they can continue the combo, which is pretty hilarious when you get into those situations. But yeah, that's like once you get into the really advanced stuff. But there are a lot of advanced elements without anything being overly complicated, and that's what I like about this game, because they don't make you learn these intricate combos and intricate button prompts to be able to do any of the moves, but it also doesn't like shallow itself and make the actual combat and mechanics like weak and shallow like some games have been doing lately. Which is why I feel like this is the perfect balance of a game that is perfect for newcomers.
Perfect
for newcomers, but also still advanced enough that the like fighting game fan who has been playing these fighting games for years doesn't feel like they're getting gimped of an experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then it also has that little it has that Mortal Kombat element to it where you're just bodying people. If you hit them, there's no fatalities, but if you finish their health bar with a finishing move, they'll just explode, or you'll kick their head clean off their neck, or you'll punch a hole through their chest. Like there's a lot of really cool gory moments in here too. So yeah, Invincible Versus is another game that just kind of happened upon me, and I'm enjoying it way more than I thought I would.
Nice.
And the third game that I'm reviewing that I was also not expecting to be reviewing just kind of happened upon me. That is Dead Ass Disco. You've seen this one, right?
Yeah, well, I've heard of this game too, for sure.
Yeah, I think we actually had this game as a on the radar before.
Probably,
it's the game that the beat 'em up where you has like the Arkham style combat, but it's to the beat, and you can upload your own music to it and play it that way. So I got a chance to play it this morning after, or I guess this afternoon after work, and it's pretty fire.
Nice,
what
man.
like I was so like the game, the name is literally Dead as Disco. Basically, you were in a group, a music group, but they killed you. Like they all teamed up to kill you, and they betrayed you. But you got a chance to come back to exact your revenge on them. And you have one night to take down everyone, all of your former group members, in order to get your revenge. And you play as I forgot his name, but he's the disco guy. Every character has their own genre. Like there's this like death metal, like electronic guy who sells his soul in order to like perfect his craft, but in exchange he basically gave up his whole body, and he's like, it's kind of like Cyberpunk, where you put all of those mods into you until you're no longer human.
Yeah.
And because of that, he literally has like, he's chained to the power grid for the city, but his music is perfect. Like he's perfected his craft, and that's all that matters to him. And it seems like that's going to be the case for every character that you meet. So you're getting your revenge, but also you're kind of saving them in a sense from themselves. Because he is still trying to help them. Like he feels bad for the guy, even though they betrayed him, and he wants to free him from that prison that he's in. And I like the element of it is like, it's not just I'm gonna get revenge, and they're like, he still kind of cares for his friends, even though he's like getting revenge on them. So in a sense, killing them is also helping them, because they basically sold their souls for something, but they got a shitty deal out of it. But they're just too either arrogant, or they're just too caught up in like what they did get, that they're not really caring about it. So I like the element of it, but the combat, bro. The combat is pretty fucking fire. So it's basically the Arkham combat, but they have made it to the beat, and they have really like added some cool elements to it. So it's you're pressing X to do your attacks on the beat, Y is to do counters, A is to do the dodge, like standard Arkham. But then they have, if you hold RT, you can do double time attacks when you press X. So instead of doing do, you'll go do
Nice.
with your drumsticks. Like you,
Yeah,
or
that's
I guess
fire.
they're like disco. They're like little disco sticks, and you'll start double timing to hit them. His name's Charlie Disco. That's the main character's name.
That ass disco.
So I like that element, and then they have the takedowns. When you fill up your gauge, you can press Y and B to do a really cool like cinematic takedown on them. But this game is actually pretty difficult. It seems like it's gonna be more of a, like, you pick a stage which is gonna be one of the band members, and then you just go straight to it. There's no like going through a level and like platforming or any, there's no adventure. You just go straight to the boss, you fight the minions, and then you get to the boss. But while you're fighting these minions, the boss is also like doing like he's spamming attacks at you from afar. So like in the case of Dex, who's the one boss that I've faced off so far, he's like shooting lightning, and you'll just see circles appearing on the ground, and if you're standing in the circle at the wrong time, you get zapped. So you have to dodge out of the way of those while worrying about the swarm of enemies that are coming your way, and you're trying to keep your combo going so that you don't drop the combo. But yeah, this game is a lot more fun than I thought, and the music is actually pretty fire, which is crazy because I thought that it was literally just gonna be straight disco and like the main, but the first track that pops up is this like in the tutorial, it was this banger ass hip hop track. I was like, bro, where the fuck did this come from? Like, this shit is fire. That shit was hidden like my man's drop shot, and what was the previous game?
Aerial Knight.
Aerial Knight, bro, that shit was hidden like
Hell yeah,
player,
that's awesome.
I was about to say Player Unknown, like Never Yield.
That's awesome, dude.
So yeah, I was actually surprised that there's so much variety with the music, because I was really just expecting like a disco-esque soundtrack. But I haven't tried uploading my own music yet, but I'm gonna get to that the next time I play. But everything about this game is pretty fire so far. I'm actually pretty hyped to get back to it. And then another game that kind of just popped up that I don't know why this week everything just decided to happen all at once.
I know, bro.
But one of my favorite survival games of all time, Conan Exiles, got an enhanced edition UE5 upgrade with way better visuals, but also they merged their separate maps that they had into one map now, which is really cool. So they basically expanded the map. Instead of you having to like play a map and then like, okay, I want to play the next map, you have to like start over on the next map. Like, nah, you just play both of those maps in one. So I thought that was a really cool way of doing an enhanced version, so I don't have to literally split my playtime between different maps. But the visual upgrade is really good. Still not the best looking game, but compared to what it looked like before, it's a fucking night and day difference. Because Conan Exiles was a pretty ugly game, especially today.
Yeah.
But the environments look really good. The lighting, obviously, the water effects, the character models have been updated, the monster models, the housing models. And the craziest part is that you can load your previous save and everything is still intact. Like, you don't have to start over or anything. which was pretty cool. But I had to start over because I didn't have the Steam version of this game. I played this game, and for whatever reason, the enhanced version is only out on Steam. It's not on consoles, and it's not on the Xbox PC version, which is where I started the game. Or actually, I started the game on PlayStation 4, and that was where I first played the game through PS Plus. And me and Cindy put like at least 100 hours into that game. Then it came to Game Pass, and I played it through Windows PC for like 50 hours. And I have all of my like data there. But when I saw the enhanced version, and then I saw that the complete edition was on sale on Steam, I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and pick this up on Steam just to see what this enhanced version is about. So I was playing the enhanced version this week as well, and still enjoying this game a lot. They actually did a lot of quality of life changes since I've played. These are also the creators of Dune Awakening, and they actually added some of the like enhancements that they put into that game into this one now. So I thought that was pretty cool. But dude, Conan Exiles is a really good survival game if you're looking for that itch and you haven't really, if like Windrose isn't your cup of tea, I feel like this one is a really good one to go to.
Yeah,
a shit ton of content in this game, especially if you get the complete edition with all the expansions and full nudity. So yeah, great game. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Nice, man.
And then I also played Sledding Game, which is a game with sledding, but not only sledding. I don't know if you remember this one, but it was in one of the Xbox indie showcases that happened this year. And you play as these like stuffed animal looking avatars. You start off as this little frog ugly thing, and it's a sandbox sledding game that you just join a server with some people, and then you just have fun sledding in this like winter resort style map. And you can just press X at any time to pull out your sled and start sledding. But there's a lot of other elements to this game as well. So there's proximity chat, so that when you get near anyone, you'll just be like hearing them and you can just talk to them, chat it up. But they have a bunch of different mini games and all kinds of random things thrown across the map, like trampolines, and there's curling, there's fishing, ice fishing to be exact. You can just make some hot cocoa and chill by the fire and just chat. You can make I said fireballs. You can make snowballs and just throw them at people. And when you hit them with a snowball, they like get knocked out. I knocked somebody out who was like, the first person I saw in game, he was just like sledding, and I just saw him like sledding towards me, and I just had this snowball in my hand. I just cocked it back and like nailed the fuck out of him. He just flew, and he was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And I was like dying laughing. But this is a cool like multiplayer cozy chat game, like just a really cool interactive world that you can just hang out, chat with people, play some mini games, customize your weird avatar character, and also sled, which is pretty fun. Also, you don't have as much control as like an actual snowboarding game. You're not really doing SSX style tricks or anything, but it's still pretty fun to just go downhill and try to grind all the rails and hit the half pipes and shit like that.
Yeah. Wait, hold on, bro. My mom's calling me real quick. I'll be back.
You good? So yeah, sledding game. I don't know how much of this I'll play, but it's a pretty cool game just from what I played. I went. And oh man. All right, so there's a new Might and Magic game that just came out, which came out of nowhere. Shout out to Ubisoft. And I was excited about this. I was like, okay, new Might and Magic got some, that turn-based tactics energy. I let's get into this. I love my turn-based tactics games, but obviously Fire Emblem, XCOM, those are like the pinnacle for this genre. And I was playing this. The cinematics was cool. I like the art style. It has like this. It's like a somewhat painterly, but not fully. It's like just the lightest painterly, like art style element thrown onto it. But it looks really good. And then I got into the combat, and then I was just not feeling it anymore. I feel like it's just because it was so slow, and I did not like how slow it was. It was not attractive. It felt like a very slow board game that I was playing. I feel like I just need to sit back down with it when I'm actually in that type of mood, and then I might enjoy myself a little bit more. But from what I played, I played a little bit of tutorial, and I noped out with the quickness. So I definitely got to give this game another shot.
What game we talking about?
Heroes of Might and Magic, the new one.
Heroes of Might and
Yeah,
Magic.
they Ubisoft put out a new Heroes of Might and Magic, and I love those games. I love the classic games. I only played one of them, but the one that I did play, I enjoyed it a lot. So I was like, okay, a new one out of nowhere. Let's try it out. I did not like what I played.
Oof.
It wasn't bad. I mean, I literally was in the tutorial when I quit, but it just felt so slow, and I was like, I'm not in the mood for this right now. I need y'all to speed this shit up. So maybe if I sit down when I have more time, I'll give it another shot and actually be invested. But the cutscenes look really good. Has a really cool art style that I haven't seen in a Ubisoft game, especially.
Yeah.
And of course, Bubble Bay still on the rotation.
Bubble Bay.
Nothing more to say at this point. Still just leveling them up. Haven't really gotten them to the point where they can pull off air combos and shit like that yet. Not there yet. But still enjoying my time with it. And Vampire Crawlers completed, like I said. Still have some stages just to get the 100% that I can do. So probably will go back at some point. And that's basically it for what I've been playing. Alright. With that, let's get into some news. On the radar is gonna be Stranger to Heaven, I guess.
Stranger to Heaven, Mina the Hollower.
Oh yeah, shout out to Mina the Hollower. Which that is our first topic. So I'm gonna let you set that up. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, Mina the Hollower, Yacht Club Games. They're the people that made Shovel Knight. this is gonna be not a platformer, like not a 2D platformer like Shovel Knight, but like a still like an old school style, like a Zelda-esque style game. It kind of has a little bit of Souls elements in there too, but yeah, man, it's gonna drop on May 29th. It's gonna be on every single platform, so Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, Steam. It'll probably run amazing on the Steam Deck. It'll probably it does run amazing on the Switch too, because I played the demo and that shit ran great. But yeah, in the demo I remember I ran through it like almost 3 times, and each time I tried a different weapon and stuff. But yeah, you play Mina the Hollower. You play as a mouse, a little mouse. That's like the main mechanic in the game is you like dig down. On the Switch it's B, so if you like press and hold B, Mina does like a jump low animation that goes digging down into the ground, and like you can like pop back up, and that's like an attack. You can like charge your attacks if I remember. You can also like, as you're aiming your attack, you can kind of like do a little dodge, which is nice. But yeah, man, Mina the Hollower, May 29th. We there. You there, right? For Mina the Hollower, day
May
one.
29th?
Yeah.
Lot going on in May.
Bro, come on, bro. It needs to be supported, bro.
You know, I might have to let Yacht Club die.
Oh, that's
Even
funny.
if they don't get that, what was it? 500,000, something small as fuck like that.
I think he said if they get 200,000 copies, then they're like okay or good. But if they get anything less than that, it's probably bad. But I feel like they'll get 200,000 alone on the Switch.
Bro,
you know,
that's gonna be pre-orders. Like, I don't know what they're worried about there.
no, this game is gonna go crazy, man. It looks so good.
So yeah, yeah, man, it's looking good. I mean, we played the demo, we liked it a lot, and we've been waiting for that release date, and it's here. We finally got it, and I'm excited. Am I the most excited? Maybe not, but if for whatever reason I have a blank spot at the end of May, Mina the Hollower will be in play.
Yes, sir.
All right. What else we got? Let's talk about IO Interactive, and not about a 007, not about James Bond, but about a game that was leaked a long time ago, thanks to Just Corden, and we got confirmation that it exists, but we don't know in what capacity. We don't know if the original leak of it kind of still stands, but we did just get a update on that, and that is Project Fantasy, aka Project Dragon, back when it was being funded by Xbox. Now, Christopher Dring actually asked IO about this Project Fantasy and its financial health, referencing reports that its major partner, which was implied to be Xbox in the beginning, had pulled most of its third-party funding. But IO Interactive boss Hakan Abrak, I don't know if I said that right, avoided confirming or denying the partner's identity, but stated that the project is in a very healthy financial place, with financing still actively going on, and describes the game as amazing. So, Project Fantasy, still alive, still on the table, most likely happening after 007. Which, if 007 hits like we think it is, it'll probably be the like all of the profits from that is going to go into supporting Project Fantasy, and then that game should be in a good place from then on, because I think 007 is going to be a pretty killer success.
It's gonna be a hit, man.
For sure. But Project Fantasy, if you don't remember, was supposed to be a multiplayer open world MMO light style action RPG, and it was supposed to be a very ambitious, almost Destiny-like game, but in a medieval fantasy type of world instead. And this is the game I've been waiting to see from IO. Like 007 was obviously a big one too, but I want to see what they could pull off in a genre and game that goes far away from the Hitman formula. But how are you feeling about Project Fantasy? You have any excitement for this one?
I mean, yeah, I'm excited for IOI stuff, especially because they I'm king of fucking proprietary engine over here, so I love that they make their games on their own engine still, which is nice. That one's reported to still be on their own shit, right? Or if
I don't think we ever got any information as far as the engine goes.
I'm assuming it probably will, but yeah, I'm looking forward to 007. That game looks like Baby's Uncharted, but I'm excited for it.
You mean
Hopefully
Big
it hits
Bros Uncharted?
Hopefully it hits like the melee combat is really good, because Uncharted's melee combat is kind of simple. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what IOI got cooking.
I guess we can talk about the previews, because that was one of the elements that came out of that, is that the melee combat was really good, interactive, and had an Arkham style base to it, but
That's
with
good.
the environmental fighting of Uncharted. So I feel like you're gonna like that part of it for sure.
Heck yeah.
But the previews were basically all glowing except for one weirdo at PC Gamer, I think, who said that James Bond shouldn't be in gaming because he's too suave. And as a gamer, the journalist who made this article was not suave like James Bond.
That's hilarious.
And so it killed his immersion. And I was like,
bruh,
if you don't sit your ass,
who gives these people jobs, bro?
We roasted the shit out of him on Project Untitled.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, there's definitely, they be giving journalism credits to anybody. That's why I don't like to call myself a journalist.
Me neither, bro.
But yeah, the reviews were very glowing. A lot of talk about the bluff mechanic that adds a really cool element to the stealth, so that when you do get caught on, like, if you do fuck up and get caught, you have a chance to talk your way out of the situation. And it's not just you hit bluff and then it's like, oh, it just automatically happens. You actually have to pay attention to the people. Like, you have to eavesdrop on people and like learn things so that you can actually use those elements to create a believable bluff. I thought that was a really cool way of adding that James Bond touch to the game without it just being like a press X to bluff and then it just like spits out the thing that will actually work. And it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, no, you have to actually do your own research by eavesdropping and gathering information and intel in order to use that. So I thought that was a really cool element. There wasn't much talk about the actual gameplay in the previews. I noticed, like, no one was like talking about the feel of the gunplay, which is a big one for me because I've always hated Uncharted gunplay, and IO isn't like, their gunplay is non-existent
really
because
yeah,
you're not supposed to be gunning people down in Hitman. So that's like my biggest concern is the gunplay. But there was talk about the melee, which I did like, that there was a lot of positives about that. But yeah, it's shaping up to be another big one for this year. But I did pull up IOI's website, where they actually talk about Project Fantasy.
Okay.
So this is what they have
listed on their site.
Yeah. A new adventure begins at IOI. Join the party and help us realize our vision for a bold new online fantasy RPG.
Oh.
It has now been a decade since we first imagined creating a new world, a new world of assassination for our Hitman games. 7 years ago, we launched that world in its infancy and nurtured it to grow to comprise 3 full games, exciting new game modes, many additional locations, and extra targets. And more importantly, it has allowed us to build a bond with our community that has supported us ever since. We have gone from a strong vision through a lot of unforeseen events to the ever-expanding world with freedom of approach in its core that we have today. Now we are sharing with all of you that we are embarking on a new adventure, one that expands our creativity, our capabilities, and in some sense, our identity. We're building a new world, a new IP, an online fantasy RPG. A world and a game built from the core to entertain players and expand for many years to come. It feels familiar, yet at the same time, IOI is going on a journey unlike any we have been on before. For many, this journey is also a deeply personal one that began long before we started making games for a living. And it started with the fantasy genre, from the fighting fantasy books, compelling you to choose your path alone against wizards, lizards, and thief kings, to the togetherness, camaraderie, agony, and delight found around the tabletop. For some, it meant taking the role of a game master, part storyteller, part AI opponent, part guide, part villain. Everyone around the table, it meant creativity, imagination, building a world together, and a shared goal in creating a great game experience. This idea that a diverse group of individuals with different skills and strengths can work together and become more than the sum of their parts is what inspires us. It inspires the fantasy world we are building, and it inspires how we build it. IO Interactive now spans multiple distinct studios from Copenhagen, Malmö, Brighton in the north to warm Barcelona and Istanbul in the south. All studios take part in making all our games, including this new endeavor. People from all over the world with diverse personalities and skill sets are coming together to forge a new beginning. This is just the start of our journey into this world we are making. We hope you sense the warmth, the danger, the togetherness, and the heart we put into it. And if you do, we would be honored if you join us. So I guess it was like a recruitment, but also a little tidbit about what they're making. So yeah, I'm at the point where I'll just trust IOI, even going out of their wheelhouse with a new genre. I feel like they have a really good understanding of game design, and that alone, I feel like if you can grasp great game design first, then you can basically, like, no matter what you try to go for, you know how to pull it off. Like, I can trust you to pull it off in a way that's actually going to be fun. So yeah, I'm rooting for IOI with this one.
Nice, man. No, I'm too. They sound like they're doing some good stuff, and I always wanted to see them like succeed because they low key get like the short end of the sticks at like the publishers that they've kind of been working with, you know?
Yeah.
Like they don't get the support that they need and stuff like that. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's gonna start with Hitman, or not Hitman, 007. That's gonna be huge, and then it's probably gonna snowball there.
Yeah, 007. I think it's gonna be the biggest IOI release.
Oh yeah,
by a big margin. All right, let's talk about the Empress. Empress Asha has struck again. Every time she comes outside, she has to make a statement. So this one is, I guess, less about something that was actively hindering us. Like, this isn't improving the experience that we already had or anything. It's just stopping something that a lot of people had issues with. And that is Xbox Copilot. So she came out on Twitter. She was like, Xbox needs to move faster, deepen our connection with the community, and address friction for both players and developers. Today we promoted leaders, which we'll get into, who helped build Xbox while also bringing in new voices to help us push us forward. The balance is important as we get the business back on track. Part of this shift, you'll see us begin to retire features that don't align with where we're headed. We will begin winding down Copilot, Xbox Copilot, on mobile, and will stop development of Copilot on console. So the AI assistant for gaming that could like help you defeat bosses in games. I mean, it wouldn't take over your controller or anything, but it would like give you tips and tricks for beating bosses, or like to help with achievements and things like that. They are stopping that, which I really didn't care if it was there or not, as long as it wasn't intrusive. But also I did like that help, like the helper thing that PlayStation does, where you can see the little videos for certain like when I was playing Astrobot, whenever I couldn't find one of the missing pieces in a stage, I could just go to that, like show me a little video, like, oh, that's where it's at. So I was like, okay, Xbox is basically doing that except with Copilot, and I really didn't care. I don't understand why people really cared that much if it was there or not. It didn't seem like it was going to be intrusive. You literally have to, like, it's already on the PC, and half the time I forget that it even exists because it's just tucked away in the game bar. But I don't care if it's there or not, but I don't see why it was such a fuss that it was there or that it existed. But how do you feel about the removal of Copilot?
I mean, I never used it, so I like, if I'm gonna use an AI, I'm gonna either use Gemini or I'm gonna use Perplexity. Those are the two I'm gonna use. And I really just use them to search shit up as well. So I like the game help stuff on PlayStation though. Like when I was playing Saros and Lossel and Yotei and all that shit, like it pops up like, oh, if you want to click on some more game tips, like it'll pop up on my phone like immediately as I pop it, like open it up on the console. But I still don't really use them. Like if I'm gonna search shit up, I'm going on Google or I'm using one of those AIs. But yeah, I'm happy that they're removing it though, because like nobody cares about Copilot, so
yeah,
I'm happy about that for sure.
I mean, at least
it doesn't affect me.
You can still add a non-AI version of that. You don't need it to be AI, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's being scrapped. But the big thing that happened was the leadership change, which included promoting a bunch of like long-term Xbox players, including Jason Ronald, and also bringing in some core AI staff and non-Microsoft staff from her previous job at Instacart as well. Let me see, do I have the full list? Maybe not.
Oh yeah, they hired a bunch of people from different places and all that. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, let me see if I can get a full list. So Jared Palmer, who has been core AI vice president of product and senior vice president of Microsoft's GitHub subsidiary, will join Xbox as a member of technical staff to work on product engineering, developer tools, and infrastructure. You'll also pay attention to matters of taste, Sharma wrote. Palmer came to Microsoft in October after a stint as vice president of artificial intelligence over at Versal, and which bought his startup company Turbo Repo in 2021. Tim Allen, not the actor, a core AI vice president of design and GitHub senior vice president of design and research, will also go to Xbox and will lead design. Allen arrived at Microsoft in November after spending almost 4 years as a head of design and research at Instacart. What's up with Xbox hiring from Instacart? What the fuck does Instacart have to do with Microsoft? Jonathan McKay, a former Meta director and head of growth for ChatGPT at OpenAI, will be Xbox's head of growth after holding that title in the Core AI group. Evan Chaki, a general manager in Core AI, will run a team of 4 deployed engineers that will look to simplify development and end repetitive work. David Schloss, Instacart senior director of product and growth, will take charge of Xbox's subscription and cloud business. Kevin Gamble, a corporate vice president working on Xbox user experience, game development, and publishing platforms, will leave his post. Rowan Sones, a corporate vice president for Xbox devices and ecosystem, will take a leave of absence after the summer and will later be an Xbox advisor. Sones and Gamble have each spent 24 years at Microsoft. So we had some exits. This article does not go over the promotions. Oh, here it is. No. This doesn't have everything. But we did see Jason Ronald got promoted, although I'm not seeing this in the article. And I can't find... Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Oops. Maybe it was just Jason Ronald, because I don't see anybody else who got promoted.
I think it was just him.
So yeah. But that's the shakeup happening at Xbox. A lot of fresh faces, which can be good or bad, depending on how you look at it. It's just gonna come down to what happens, whether they can put in the work or not. But we'll just have to wait and see. But it is shout out to Jason Ronald for the promotion. I feel like that's a good one. I don't know if anybody else got promoted, but if they did, that means they were probably the ones actually doing good at Xbox. So we'll see how things play out from there. Anything interesting come out of this for you?
Yeah, I mean, I could care less at this point. Bring me the games. Bring me the games.
I mean, they never stop bringing you the games.
Bring me the 9s. Bring me the 9s. Single player 9 out of 10s.
We just got killing, bro. What are you talking about? Oh, that's not single player.
But Forza will hopefully be a 9, but that's not single player. Give me a single player game. That's a banger.
It can be single player.
Nah, that's a multiplayer centric game. But I'm excited though. I'm excited for the showcase for sure. I'm excited to see Gears E-Day. I think that's the one that I'm most excited to see right now from Xbox. For sure.
Am I excited to see Gears?
I mean, people have been hyping up Coalition as the greatest Unreal Engine studio, and they still haven't put out a game yet for this gen. So I'm excited because they've been cooking.
We gonna act like what were not Helldivers? What was the name?
Hivebusters.
Hivebusters.
No, that's not a game, bro. That's a DLC.
It's an expand alone.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to see what they've been cooking up over there for sure. That's and Hivebusters is in UE4 as well, so yeah. First game on UE5 from them this whole gen. Like that's actually theirs. So hopefully it hits.
I think it'll hit, but it'll be another Gears game. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm looking to be wrong.
Like, you want that Warhammer
I'm looking to be proven wrong, but I'm expecting it to just be a prettier Gears game. Sure. And that's okay, but it's not the best thing that could happen either.
Sure.
All right. So there was some rumors spreading that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 was being play tested on PS4, and then everyone collectively sighed, saying, "God damn, another generation or another year of a Call of Duty being held back by the PS4 and Xbox One, and keeping these dog shit consoles alive for another year."
Yeah, man.
Well, Asha Sharma, shout out to Asha Sharma, because we know who it was. She had sent that message over there to Activision, and he said, "Hey, are y'all making Modern Warfare 4 for the PS4 and Xbox One right now?" "Yeah, man, we play testing it right now. It's looking pretty good on there. It's running at 22 frames per second. It's about to hit, man. They're gonna love it over there." Like, she was like, "Yeah, cancel that shit right now. Okay, we're not doing that." And then put out a message on Twitter saying that we are not supporting the PS4. It's not happening. And then she was like, so that's what really happened. Shout out to Empress Asha, always doing what's right for Xbox. But in seriousness, Call of Duty put out on Twitter after these rumors came out, not sure where this one started, but it's not true. The next Call of Duty is not being developed for PS4. They didn't say Xbox One. Imagine if this shit came out on Xbox One and not PS4.
That'd be at like 12 frames per second instead of 22.
But yeah, at least for the first time, we're getting a Call of Duty game that is only for the next generation consoles and the Switch 2.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Will we see a substantial improvement? Probably not. I think it's still gonna look basically the same. But Modern Warfare games do tend to pull out all the stops. At least the first two. Modern Warfare 3 was a kind of stopgap game that just kind of came out, but I feel like this one's gonna have more Black Ops 6 energy. So we'll see about this one, but it won't be in Game Pass, so I won't be picking it up regardless. But at the very least, at least we don't have to worry about seeing another fucking year of PS4 and Xbox One games.
I know, man.
All right. Let's get into the final topic and the big one. The surprise that happened right before we started streaming or recording. And that is Nate the Hate being right. As always, people doubted him. And I don't know why they keep doubting him. But Miyamoto pulled up on Twitter, say, "Hey guys, Miyamoto desu." And then he said, "Guess what? In 30 minutes, Star Fox Direct. Tune in." That was it. That was the tweet. And it was just like, yo, what the fuck? Out of nowhere? Not even on Nintendo Today, just tweet 30 minutes before a Direct is happening. They don't give us a day notice or nothing. Just tune in 30 minutes. Okay, cool. So at 3 o'clock Pacific, at least, we got the 15-minute Direct for Star Fox. And I have thoughts, but I'm gonna put it on the screen real quick. Let me put that on the screen. So at first they went into Star Fox being in the Mario Galaxy movie. Obviously Miyamoto has to promote that. But it was cool. I loved his appearance in Mario Galaxy movie, and that's when we also got the rumors of the game. But he went in saying that, hey, we're about to get a brand new adventure for Star Fox, and it's another remake of Star Fox 64. Count your fucking days, Miyamoto. Even though I know he had nothing to do with this, but count your fucking days. Now, right off the bat, graphically, this game looks fucking insane. I think do you think this game looks better than Metro Prime 4? I think it might.
Yeah, I think it low-key does, yeah.
I think it exceeds Metro Prime 4.
I think so.
I mean, there's no like human faces to really like, because Metro Prime 4 does a really good job with the like the models, the character models. They're really detailed, but these are really detailed in a very uncanny way. So they went with realistic character design, and they look more like their puppet counterparts from the original Star Fox cover.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I mean, they look realistic-ish, right? Like they look way more realistic, and like the feathers, and you could actually see it all, like, you know,
and
super detailed and shit.
Lippy's face, fucking
yeah, man.
Oh,
I'm digging it, honestly. I feel like if you're gonna make like a modern Star Fox game, then you kind of do have to make it look more like it's like a CG movie, you know? So I'm kind of with it. I'm actually super with it, but I'm not with the fact that it's just a remake. But we'll probably see another one soon, right? From the leaks.
Yeah. So I feel like it works for certain characters. Like I like that they're pushing the graphical fidelity and everything with this one, because that was really what Star Fox was all about. When Star Fox popped up, it was supposed to be just like Metro Prime. It was supposed to be a graphical showcase. Star Fox 60, or the original Star Fox, was one of the first games to feature full 3D models on the SNES, and it was using that FX chip that was top of the line. Nothing like it on the market yet, at least on console. Sega was not on that level yet, and even though like the Super Nintendo was technically weaker in certain areas than the Genesis, because of the FX chip they were able to push something that the Genesis was not even able to do. Then Star Fox 64, another graphical showcase, but also a showcase for like cinematics and voice acting in a game like that on console, and like having those the banter and all that, always having the voice acting and chatting happening in the background. That was a big thing for Nintendo when this came out. But now we're here in the Switch 2 era, and Star Fox is back as a graphical showcase in a, like, it's jarring because we got a redesign of Star Fox, or Fox, in the Mario Galaxy movie. And I thought, just like how we got that redesign of Donkey Kong in the original Super Mario Bros. Movie, Donkey Kong Bonanza looked like a slightly different version of that character design from the movie. So that's what I was expecting. I was like, okay, we're just gonna get that design, but in video game. I was like, I'm okay with that because he looked really cool in the movie. But this is in the completely opposite direction of what I thought that they were heading. But I do think Fox, like, the more I see it, the more it does look really cool. Like Peppy looks really cool. Bill looked cool as hell. And then it's just like Falco just looks a little off, and Slippy, I never could stand Slippy's face, but now Slippy's face, I hate it even more. Like, they just made me hate Slippy more. That's all they did. But my biggest gripe is that this is literally the 4th reboot / remaster / remake of Star Fox 64. Why do we keep going back to this damn game? Why can't we not get a new Star Fox game that's just a sequel, in just a new story, going past this shit like we used to get with fucking Star Fox Assault and Star Fox Adventure, even though we don't like Star Fox Adventure, but Star Fox Command, that's what it was called. Star Fox Command. Like, new original stories, new missions, new planets. Instead, Star Fox Zero is an origin story. I mean, it's going back and rebooting the original Star Fox 64. Okay, we already did that. Now this one, like, back to back, basically. One was a reboot, one is a full remake. But it's still the same story and the same characters and everything. And then of course there was Star Fox 3D. So it's just tiring. But also, it seems like they're doing enough to differentiate it from the original game. Like the challenge mode, the multiplayer is definitely more enhanced and made for online play. Seems like more fully fledged than just the 4-player team deathmatch that it was before. So in that aspect, they are doing a little bit more. But if you already know all of the routes and everything, there's no experimentation for me because I already know everything about this game front to back. I know how to get to every single planet. I know all the different routes, all the objectives that I need to do that. So it just sucks that I don't get to experience something, like, I don't get that experimentation where I can, like, be like the newcomer and, like, be like, oh, how do I get to this planet? I've played through this route, like, I've played this planet 2 times, and every time I keep going to the same one. I don't know what the objective is, and how do I, like, I don't get to experience that. I literally get nothing new out of this. Except for the challenge mode, which seems to be, I guess, the most new content that we're gonna get. Where now you can replay stages, and there are a bunch of different objectives that you can, like, basically add a replayability to each stage outside of just finding the secret to go to another planet. So yeah, it's enough, but it's not what I wanted. It's the exact opposite of what I wanted. I just hope that the next Star Fox game is actually pushing the boundaries, like what I wanted from a sequel to Starlink or something like that. But how are you feeling as a whole? How much of Star Fox 64 have you played?
I've played like very little of Star Fox, if I'm being honest.
I mean, this is
But
basically a new experience.
do they have them on the NSO?
Yes, Star Fox 64 is on NSO.
Do they have adventures on NSO?
No, and I hope they never do. Less people need to experience that game.
See, I don't know, like you said, like I hear 64 again, and I'm just like, yeah. But
it's a brand new game for you. Might as well be.
Yeah, it would be a brand new game for me, but like, I know 64 though. Like I've played it. It's like so many different. Like I've played that one. Like I played the 3DS version, right? I've played fucking like a bunch of other like on rail shooters like Sin and Punishment and shit like that. So it's like these games aren't that like I need more than just an on rail shooter, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I was hoping for the like how Starlink took Star Fox to the open world. Like I wanted them to do that, but an actual Star Fox adventure.
Yeah.
I wanted them to be like, I wanted Fox to get out of the ship on land and be talking to NPCs, get a mission, get back into the R-Wing, fly out of the planet into deep space, get into combat, basically exactly like Starlink, but just tailor it only to Star Fox instead of. And if Ubisoft has to be the one to do that, give that shit to Ubisoft, because they need something right now anyway.
They'll do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would do it. Look, everything that you're doing for Beyond Good and Evil 2, scrap that shit, make it a Star Fox game, and I bet you will recoup all the millions, billions, possibly of dollars that you sunk into this game. Guarantee, because Beyond Good and Evil 2, Beyond Good and Evil is not that big of a franchise anyway that it needs any of that. But still exciting. I'm still pretty hyped about this regardless. Like, even though I'm disappointed, I do like that there's brand new story elements, fully redone cutscenes, added cutscenes to flesh out the characters and stories. It's more. And if this is the starting point to get Star Fox back on the map, sure, okay. But after this, like, we better see an evolution of Star Fox, not another recap. So that's where I'm at.
I agree.
But with this being announced and Nate being almost spot on, the only thing he missed was that he thought it was going to come out, like it was going to be announced last month, and he missed it by 6 days. Which I'm guessing it was literally just because Nintendo saw all the shit and was like, you know what, we're gonna push the announcement back to fuck him up a little, get him on his toes. But with that opens the door for everything else in his leaks. The Ocarina of Time remake. It might be a real one. Maybe Nintendo said, all right, we're done. We're going back to the 64 for this generation, and we're gonna start remaking those games, starting with Star Fox, then Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, maybe. Although it doesn't seem like they're into remaking Super Mario games as much as they are for Zelda and other. I feel like the only remake that Mario has ever gotten was the original Super Mario All-Stars on SNES. And since
they usually just port them.
They just port them straight. Or like they'll do the GBA version, which is literally just the SNES version, but now it's portable. Super Mario 64 DS, things like that, but they never go full on visually enhanced remakes of Mario games. But yeah. But Ocarina of Time looking like it's on the menu. Happening. Allegedly. What else came out of that? Pikmin 4 Switch 2 edition. Everyone's been waiting on that one. That was the biggest one from the league. But yeah, I'm excited about. I'm just glad Star Fox is back. Even if it's at the worst case scenario of it being another Super Mario 64, I mean Star Fox 64 remake, it's still a great outcome in the end. And plus, it helps that the price is only $49.99 digitally, $59.99 physically. I'm liking these lower prices for the non-big games from Nintendo. It's funny that we made fun of Doug Bowser when he was like, oh yeah, we're gonna be implementing variable pricing, and we were like, yeah, that just means some games are gonna be 80 and some games are gonna be 70. But you know, it actually turned out that we're seeing a lot of lower price games.
Yeah, Splatoon Raiders as well, right?
Yeah, Splatoon Raiders, $50 digital. Rhythm Heaven, only $40. Tomodachi Life was also, that one was just 60, but that was a Switch 1 game. Yoshi is $59.99, although I don't know how Yoshi is more than Splatoon Raiders. But I guess we'll see when both games come out. But yeah, I'm liking this vibe. Hold on. Oh, fuck you. I ain't need to know that. I just saw this on Twitter. Take-Two has confirmed that a planned NFL 2K revival, which was announced 6 years ago, has been canned after the publisher couldn't find a direction for the sports series.
How can you not find a direction for the... No, okay.
Well, because I'm pretty sure it's because they couldn't, they weren't able to make a simulation game. They had to do literally like an arcade style NFL game, and they just, I guess that's not what they really wanted to do. So, because EA still owns the rights to the NFL, and the only way that EA would let them make an NFL game is if it was not a simulation sports game. So maybe they're trying to make some NFL Street equivalent, and it just wasn't working for them. But yeah, still sucks either way. EA, the NFL just needs to stop being little bitches and re-upping this damn contract every 5 years or so. Anything else on Twitter? But yeah, Star Fox looks, it looks great though. Like the environments, the character models, like the detail on the character model look really good. Star Wolf, like the Star Wolf team looks really good. Wolf looks really good. I love his character design. Pigma looks, I'm scared though, I am horrified actually, because they did not show Andros, and they did not show Andros for good reason. Because when I first got to Andros in Star Fox 64, Nightmare Fuel, that was the scariest boss I've ever fought in my entire life. I was scarred after seeing that motherfucker's face. And now, with these graphics, I'm gonna have to experience that. I'm horrified at what I'm about to see when we see Andros, who's the final boss. So this might beat Resident Evil Requiem for scariest game of the year. If the design looks anything like these other character designs. I'm trying to see. Okay. Yeah. I was just making sure. $49.99 digital, $59.99. Box art looks really cool. Another thing. I do not want to see these designs in Smash. If I see realistic Fox in Smash Bros, I'm gonna be pissed. Keep the design closer to the design that's already there, or make it like the movie. Do not put Puppet, Star Fox, and Falco into Smash. That is it. That's my only demand. But the lineup for Nintendo is still going, like they're hitting every month with something big. June, Star Fox. July, Splatoon Raiders. And then by June, we should have a direct that will basically give us everything for the rest of the year. So really excited about what's coming from Nintendo right now. Anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
No, other than yeah. Oh, wait, what's Oh wait, Yoshi's their game for this month, huh?
Yep.
So Yoshi's this month, Star Fox next month, and then Splatoon is July, and then that'll probably lead us into whatever they show off maybe next month for their direct or something, you know.
Yep.
Because I feel like Nintendo usually goes late too, so like they're usually the last ones to go, in my opinion.
Yeah, they
and
definitely
showcase
go
you.
after Xbox, and PlayStation usually goes in May, like late May.
Yeah, PlayStation usually goes first.
So yeah, I think I actually don't even know what to expect from the direct outside of the stuff that leaked, which is some Switch 2 editions and Zelda remake. I don't know what else is gonna fill out this year. I guess Rhythm Heaven, but we already got. Did we get the release date for Rhythm Heaven? I think so. Rhythm Heaven. Is coming out July also, so that's also a July game.
Oh,
so 2 July games, but that one's early July, while Splatoon Raiders is like July 25th, I think. July 23rd. So we still have August to fill September, October, skip November. And then maybe something in December if they're feeling it. But I'm gonna call it right now. We gonna get a tease for the next Monolith Soft game.
yeah, that'd be crazy.
at the June showcase. That's my one prediction for now. Oh, and next level, Luigi's Mansion 4, which may actually come out this year. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's gonna be a graphical showcase also. But with that, let's go ahead and get out of here. That is it. That is all we have for you guys today. Thank you all for tuning in, and to all the people leaving comments in a chat. We do appreciate the support. Make sure you guys hit that like because we love you guys and it helps us grow this channel. If you're not subscribed, you enjoyed the show, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated for when Dual-Wield premieres. And also make sure you guys go into the description and join the official Discord. Join in on the conversations that happen in between the shows. And with that, let's go ahead and get these outros out the way. Subeg, appreciate you for pulling up. Where can you find you and what you got going on?
Y'all can find me yeah, in the Discord for sure. When I'm awake, I'll be in there. But outside of that, that's really it as of right now. I'll have some articles cooking up as I finish the games. But yeah, join up in the Discord, add me on Twitter or Instagram, Subeg Dollywall. But yeah, that's really it, to be honest. I'm hungry. I'm trying to get some food.
As for myself, Don Otaku, you can find me on Twitter at PastaFeet, F3ET. You can find me on twitch.tv/Don. No, Otaku the Don. And you can find me on YouTube right here, where not only are we doing Dual-Wield every Thursday, Project Entitled Gaming Podcast every Saturday live, and lordsofgaming.net. Check out everything on there. Check out my reviews, check out Subeg's, check out RK, check out Chris, D Unit Jones, check out Mahmood, check out everybody. Lord PD. I don't think he writes that much, but you know, check out everybody on there. Shout out to the crew. And that's really it. Any final words for the people to get them through the rest of the week?
Final words. Strangers Than Heaven. That shit's peak. That shit's peak.
We got the Atlas level up with Metaphor. We got the RGG level up. Who's next? Can be Sonic Team. They don't.
Sonic Team has to be next.
Come on. Frontiers was their level up moment, and we don't talk about Frontiers.
It's hella funny.
Ooh, I'm trying to think of other Sega teams. I wish I could say it was. Who is the Halo Wars studio?
Oh, Creative Assembly.
Yeah, but I feel like those guys are in dire straits after Hyenas.
Yeah,
even though that game was fucking. I hate. Did they close them down, or are they just a shell of themselves?
No, I think they still do work, but I'm not 100% sure about it, to be honest.
Oh wait, no, they're still making Total War. So technically, Creative Assembly, as long as they keep pumping out Total War games, they will live on to tell it, like they'll live on. But I think they're basically just gonna be the Total War studio from now on. As far as I know, I don't even think they're doing Alien Isolation 2. And that was them who did the original. Let me make sure, because I actually don't know who's doing Alien Isolation 2 now that I think about it. Alien Isolation 2 developer. Oh, they are doing Alien Isolation 2. Okay, they're fine. They're not dying.
Okay, that's good.
as long as IGN doesn't give Alien Isolation 2 a 5.9 out of 10, then the game should sell way better than the first one. So yeah, shout out to Creative Assembly. And I don't know anyone else under Sega's belt, now that I'm thinking about it. But just play more games, guys. You know, neglect your wife, your husband, girlfriends, boyfriends. Neglect them. Neglect your mother. You don't need to take her to the grocery store. I don't know what you do with your parents. You know, just neglect them for a day. Be like, I'm gonna play some video games, Mom, and then do that. That's the message.
That's funny.
With that, let's go ahead and get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your week, your weekend, your month, year, life, all that. Bye-bye.
Peace.